Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Uh, if you're a gamer, you are specifically a tabletop player of tabletop role playing games. You've probably heard about the kerfuffle that's going on with the open gaming license. And if you notice the ticker below my handsome face, you will see what my position is. And that position is that only fools would publish under the OGL 1.2 as it presently exists. And as it presently exists is probably how it's going to continue to exist, which is you basically will be screwed as a publisher if Wizards decide to be capricious and just yank your license away from you just because. And why do I think that they might do that? Well, I mentioned it in a couple of live streams buried deep within them, so I'm pulling this up front and going to put this little video out just to get my stance out there. Not that my stance really matters, but hey, I have a channel, might as well use it. The primary thing that makes me think that Wizards is just going to arbitrarily and capriciously declare any products that they feel like declaring unworthy of print whenever they feel like it is the inclusion of clause 6.f in the OGL in the current version of the OGL 1.2. It reads in its entirety: header, no hateful content or conduct. You will not include in your licensed works. Uh, you will not include content in your licensed works that is harmful, discriminatory, illegal, obscene, or harassing, or engage in conduct that is harmful, discriminatory, illegal, obscene, or harassing. We have the sole right to decide what conduct or content is hateful, and you covenant that you will not contest any such determination via any lawsuit or other legal action. So, Wizards of the Coast, under this supposed open gaming license, or open game license, sorry, open game license, are the sole and total arbiters of what is and isn't harmful, discriminatory, illegal, obscene, or harassing in your products. In addition, they are the sole arbiters, or sole deciders, judge, jury, and executioner, if it comes to your business, of whether you are uh, harmful to people, engaging in conduct that is illegal, that is obscene, that is whatever. So you get a jaywalking ticket, Wizards can uh, command that you pulp all those books that you published with the open game license 1.2 in the back. Would they do such a thing? Yeah, actually, past behavior indicates that they might just do such a thing. They might just decide something that, uh, to any reasonable and rational person, seems perfectly fine. They would just, on a whim, declare that it is harmful and discriminatory and obscene and harassing. Why do I think they might do that? Well, because they've done it. Let me call your attention to this little item. I'm picking this one because it's something that I co-wrote back in my day at back when I was at Wizards of the Coast. And there we go. I don't know if anyone can, if that's big enough to see. No, it's not. Well, let's fix that, shall we? Well, so the book in question is Die Vecna Die. It was one of the last second edition D&D products, or AD&D. And basically, the evil Lich Lord Vecna is trying to conquer the multiverse, and the player characters have to stop him. But, and this was published in 2002 by Wizards of the Coast. And in, I believe, 2020 maybe? Not that long ago, Wizards slapped a warning label on this book that they themselves published. And the warning label says, "We, Wizards, recognize that some of the legacy content available on this website does not reflect the values of the Dungeons and Dragons franchise today. Some older content may reflect ethnic, racial, and gender prejudice that were commonplace in American society at that time. These depictions were wrong then, and they are wrong today. This content is presented as it was originally created, because to do otherwise would be the same as claiming these prejudices never existed. Dungeons and Dragons teaches that diversity is a strength, and we strive to make our products as welcoming and inclusive as possible. This part of our work will never end." So yes, something that they published in the year 2000 is a steaming pile of rancid ethnic, racial, and gender prejudice, hateful content. The sort of hateful content that you are going to put in your open gaming product under the 1.2 license, and that Wizards of the Coast can, at their whim and completely at random, declare racial and gender prejudiced and vile. But it's not just the last remnant of AD&D that is vile and disgusting and full of prejudice. Oh no. Here's the entire D20 Modern line. Every single book in the D20 Modern line the Wizards published. What does Wizard have to say about that? And let's see, D20 Modern came out in the year 2002, so 2 years later. And let's see, so this is actually a very good history of the D20 Modern line that I'm going through here. Let's see, here at the bottom, oh look, there's a disclaimer. We, Wizards, recognize that some of the legacy content available on this website does not reflect the values of Dungeons and Dragons franchise today. This is not Dungeons and Dragons, but okay, whatever. Some older content may reflect ethnic, racial, and gender prejudice that were commonplace in American society at that time. These depictions were wrong then, and they are wrong today. This content is presented as it was originally created, because to do so otherwise would be the same as claiming these prejudices never existed. Dungeons and Dragons teaches that diversity is a strength, and we strive to make our D&D products as welcoming and inclusive as possible. That part of our work will never end. So I guess Bill Slavicsek is a raging racist and sexist pig, or was it just the rest of the team working on that book? And why are they confusing D20 Modern with Dungeons and Dragons? I have no idea. But all of that shows, both those examples show that Wizards will declare anything at all, to be hotbeds of bigotry and sexism. So yeah, you have to be a fool to publish under OGL 1.2 as it presently stands. As for me, I'm going to put out a couple more products underneath 1.0A. One should be ready to go by Tuesday or Wednesday. Another one will be ready to go sometime next week. And then actually, I have a major project I'm working on that is my attempt to atone for the horrible, horrible sins I've engaged in, according to Wizards of the Coast. Um, because for the past decade, I have been publishing material under the OGL 1.0A, and I've been supporting, and most of it has been in support of the D20 Modern and OGL Modern. Sorry, OGL Modern, because I've always avoided the D20 license, even back when it was available, because I've been supporting a game line full of ethnic, racial, and gender prejudices, which were wrong then and they're wrong now. So I have a major project coming out that will atone for all of my sins, and I'm hoping that everyone out there will support it. I'll give you an update when it's ready to go and when it's about to be released. But it's a compilation of a whole bunch of things, and things that have actually not been compiled into any of the NUELOW Games products. But because I want to make my releases as welcoming and as inclusive as possible, that part of my work will never end, especially when I'm atoning for my past sins. Because I was wrong then, but I don't want to be wrong now. But I'm also not going to be publishing under OGL 1.2, because you'd have to be a fool to let somebody like Wizards of the Coast just at their whim decide that what you're doing, it was wrong then and it's wrong now, even though yesterday they were the ones producing it. Anyhow, OGL 1.2, don't do it. And on that note, I am going to go off and be a productive member of society. Actually, first, we're going to do this. Now, I'm going to go off and be a productive member of society. And yeah, I'm still playing with this software. So, as usual, my channel has the highest of professional production values. Anyhow, hope you guys have a good day out there, and I will see you next time. Have a good